Hi, this is Candace. Um, some people have been worried about me and wanting to check in with me, and I wanted to tell you that I'm doing better. And I've been 95 to 99% bedridden or housebound for several years, but I am able to move around, and that it's been really interesting watching my brain as the inflammation from the ME/CFS starts to decrease. And then I can see things that I can do. And I'm kind of compulsive. I'm very compulsive anyway. But so it's interesting watching, like it's been maybe a month ago that I finally figured out when washing my face that I don't have to keep trying to splash way up here, that I could turn my head. It's like that part of my brain just couldn't get that. So, those are the kinds of things. The other thing I'm realizing is I'm getting to know a lot about myself. Um, our compulsions or our mental way of being, can be create success or it can create something else. And a lot of my way of being has created success, and I'm grateful for that. Um, so, anyway, one of the things I think all the time, one of the things that I've thought about for years, because I had a house fire and now I live in a townhouse. And for years, I've thought about what would be the best way and the easiest way to have a fire ladder. And here in Spokane, where I live, recently there's been a couple of fires I've heard of where people have jumped. I wouldn't jump. I would cover myself in a blanket and I'd slowly just, but that and jumping scares me. So anyway, but today I decided, well, I wonder if they have those. So I looked on YouTube and they have all kinds of them. I thought I had to create it. And that's kind of what I'm learning about myself is I think I have to create everything from the bottom. So anyway, having said that, I am I enjoy being home. I've always been a homebody. My plants love me. I am working. The part of my brain that doesn't work is the part that could fix my uh, card on my computer, on my website. Uh, you know, I've lost almost $5,000 hiring people to help me, and they I won't even talk about that. Um, so, what I'm doing right now is just doing the work, the spiritual work I can do, the readings. The other thing I want to share is I have a lot of this written down because my brain really was not working for a long time. Um, but my access to the other side has been really clear. And some of you know I had a head injury when I was 14. I was, well, I don't want to say abducted because I took a ride, but it was the wrong ride. So I guess I was abducted, and they were taking me out behind Albee Stadium. And he turned, and I opened the door, and I flew. I was in a coma um, for a couple weeks, and I can't remember the date, but it's been within the last year, I think. Well, yeah, that I was able to go up to that same place I went in the coma. And I was on my sofa and I found myself screaming out, "Mommy, Mommy, Daddy, Daddy." And it was just so weird. But there's so many things that have happened and that. So probably one of the biggest things for me is that I have to come out as the person I am. And um, so, the spiritual stuff work I do, um, all of that, I'm going to start just really living in that as opposed to working in prisons and such. Um, there was something else. I have notes. So I think I've said everything. Anyway, I'm working. I would love to have you connect with me. My website is energymedicinedna.com. And, oh, I know what I was going to say. Energetically, well, a couple things. One is that when we're stuck, we need movement. And there's different ways that that happens. And so for me, this movement was, okay, I'm going to talk about what really happened for me, um, that put me in this crash. And that was really powerful to do. The second movement I did was I put out a couple Facebook messages, and I had not done that for a long time. I got sick before COVID, so so it's also important to put something out there. And I believe it was during a phone session with my primary care doctor that something was said, and I'm not remembering what, but I may have journaled it. Something was said, and then what I got was, oh, if I have nothing to give, I don't want to live. And I'm through that now, but what I have to give is, my qualities. One is that I have ME/CFS. One is that I tend to be a know-it-all. One is much of the time I have the cognitive ability to do things. And I laugh at myself when I first started coming out of the fog a little bit. I started watching this, I can't remember his name, but the guy who's diagnosing people on TV. And now I'm watching the Harvard Justice series. Right now they're arguing about, it was in 2009, but the language around it is about affirmative action. So anyway, I want to be attorney. Um, so I'm losing it. I think I'm getting tired and my focus is going. But I am working. I'd love to see you. don't worry about me. Um, if you do Reiki and you're clear, please send me healing, but please don't work in my energy field because I'm working with the Lords of Karma, and this is good stuff. So thank you, bless you, goodbye.